Thank you, Chair Johnson and trustees, members of the community who are joining us. I just want to begin by thanking our negotiating teams. We, as you noted, Trustee Kelly, we began negotiations today with our AAEA team and our administrative team. I want to acknowledge and thank the 18 members of those teams for their commitment, for their hard work, for making the time, being at the table. We convened day one with our teachers today. Just a few things to remember. I think it's important to be reminded of a few facts around our situation. I know, trustees, we're all committed to compensate our staff, our teachers, absolutely as well as we possibly can, while also keeping the district strong. I look forward to our teams working together in good faith at the negotiation table, working through their process. Trustees, I know you're aware, but I just want the community to know, we have a long-standing process in place that we have used year over year, where negotiations work is appropriately accomplished around the table together in a negotiation room. We have an A+ team both on the AAEA side and on our administrative side and in all of our other employee groups. They have been trained together in the IBB process. That's the interest-based bargaining process. They have used that for several years, and they have accomplished this work of negotiations together over many prior years, and they have consistently delivered agreements to this board table that have been approved by our board and ratified overwhelmingly by our membership in each of our organizations. I am confident, and you know this, trustees, that we are the third largest employer in Washtenaw County, behind just two others with 3,076 employees. And I know, trustees, that we take the compensation of every one of those employees very seriously, as we do keeping our district strong so that we're able to preserve jobs for those 3,076 employees. In addition to the AAEA, I do want to give a shout out also as negotiations proceed currently with our 6 other employee groups. In case you're not aware, those are Quad A, AFSCME, TSP, ASCSA, our paraeducators, and our OPs. And I would say my confidence in every single one of those groups and the team they send to the table, my confidence, our confidence is high. So in the Ann Arbor Public Schools, our long-standing record reflects that these negotiation teams are committed. We work well together, and we can get the work done in good faith negotiations to deliver sound and solid employee agreements. I want to give a special shout out to President Fred Klein and to our chief negotiator, Mr. David Comza, as they've led the group starting today and also are working with our other groups. So as we begin this process today, it's best for all of us to simply stay the course and allow all of these talented individuals to fulfill their roles. And I just again thank everyone that's involved, our employee group leaders, and thank you, trustees, for your adherence to the process. And we know we are confident and look forward to successful outcomes in the near future into this 2019-20 negotiations process. I want to begin by congratulating Huron High School counselor Caitlin Van Cleve. She received the inaugural Washtenaw Community College Bridge Award. You can see it here. A student-nominated honor to reward a local school counselor for bridging the path from secondary to post-secondary education. Ms. Van Cleve was recently presented with this award, and she was nominated by 2019 Huron graduates Umang Bojani and Pablo Garcia. Ms. Van Cleve introduced these two students to programs and scholarship opportunities that made it possible for them to achieve their dream and goal of going to college. So congratulations. On December 3rd, as Fred noted earlier, Community High School hosted their 2019 Blue Ribbon Celebration. I want to thank several of the trustees who were in attendance, Ms. Dawn Linden, who represented me there as well. This community celebration was befitting Community High School. That's what we'll say. If you would like to see it, it is on YouTube, along with the specially created video. You can see parts here that Mr. Cluley, Mr. Nadeau produced an inaugural video for their Blue Ribbon. You must get online, get on YouTube or Twitter, and take a look at those videos. The Community Ensemble Theater production of School of Rock, you're seeing some pieces and parts of it here, was very appropriate for the morning. And then the students and staff got into a huge formation of the shape of the National Blue Ribbon. You've got to see this. I think Andrew's got it for us. There they are getting into formation for the Blue Ribbon, despite the weather. The festivities carried on. They had s'mores and a dance party in the farmers market area. Again, befitting of Community High School. It is rare that a high school is awarded with the National Blue Ribbon Award. It is a very distinguished honor. And there they are. That it's a little upside down, but that's okay. That's the blue ribbon there. It is rare that a high school is awarded with this award. It is based on data, and we're really proud of the team at Community High School, the students, and their tremendous teachers and staff, and Dean Marcy, Dean Rebecca, for their work. They do join, in case you've forgotten, Allen, Angel, King, and Wines. That makes 5 blue ribbons in the previous 7 years. Those are national awards. Fewer than 3% of schools are awarded with a national blue ribbon. We know that Ann Arbor Public Schools delivers a fine product. We don't need a national award to tell us that, and yet we honor and appreciate this designation. Pioneer students from the Black and Latinx student groups held their first Read and Represent. And if you didn't get in on that, it's all over Twitter. And there's also an article here in a video on the Ann Arbor Public Schools News. You can see it here. Read and Represent is an initiative started by the Black and Latinx students and led by the advisors Lynn Copeland and William Copeland to introduce culturally relevant reading material to elementary school students to help promote a love of reading. Pioneer students will continue to visit Pittsfield Elementary on a monthly basis to read culturally relevant storybooks to classrooms. They will also continue to attend training on voice projection, character development, and audience engagement. So we just appreciate this effort. It's just an amazing endeavor. Last month, student journalists from Community and Huron High School traveled to Washington, D.C. to attend the National High School Journalism Convention. I had the great honor over that weekend, not of being there with them, I would have loved that, but of observing them on Twitter, and they were doing a great job of tweeting out their progress. The convention is hundreds of sessions, keynote speakers, and we had this tremendous crowd representing us. Congratulations to our journalists who brought back national awards and recognition. Community High School's The Communicator won a 2019 National Pacemaker Award for print magazines. If you don't follow or enjoy The Communicator, you really need to do that now. They do award-winning journalism, not just about community high school, but they cover in their coverage of events in the area, and particularly of national political events. Their coverage is better than 90% of any other coverage that's going on out there. Also, student journalists at Community in Huron were awarded individual community students, and they were Myra Simonton Chow, Loie Jones, Gina Liu, Moriono, Ty Towick, and Cy Villieu. And then from Huron, it was Catherine Bass, Clara Bowman, Alina Hollowell, Julie Heng, Nikki Nevo, and Manit Patel were recognized for their tremendous journalistic work. Here they are in a photo. Many thanks to our faculty advisors. I know each of these folks personally. They are tremendous teachers and leaders. Tracy Anderson from Community High School and Sarah Beth Badalamante from Huron High School just do a tremendous job with that effort. This week, trustees, it is National Computer Science Education Week. And I know, trustees, you're busy every day and it's hard to get to every event, but I just want to recognize that there are many, many events going on this week across the district to honor the Hour of Code event. So AAPS Project Lead the Way teachers, our media specialists, other school champions have been leading their students in Hour of Code activities or hosting a tech-focused speaker panel. I want to give a shout out to Nancy Shore, our partnership director, because we have so many community and corporate individuals who are in our schools this week to ensure that our students can see themselves in a future in high tech, in programming, in coding, etc. Volunteers or Techeteers from local tech companies from the University of Michigan have been in our schools. AAPS is committed to equity, and an important component of equity is connecting our students to professionals who can shine the light and show them a pathway through. Hour of Code is one concrete way that we are working to achieve our goal of every student being connected and a chance to see that anyone, everyone can code regardless of age or race or gender or socio. It's open for everyone. Over 150 students from Tappan, Forsyth, Clegg, and Skyline have joined with Anna's Kindness volunteers in 18 different charity projects since October 4th. And trustees, these students are participating in these projects outside of the school day. They do this on their own. And some of the projects include Mikey and Me Foster Dog Facility, Starry Skies Equine Rescue, Feeding the Homeless at Liberty Plaza, Michigan Foster Care Closet, the Angel Tree Christmas, The Magic of Christmas, Glacier Hills, Senior Living, and Senior Living Center Christmas, and the Peace Neighborhood Toy Drive. Anna's Kindness. Trustees, you remember the parents of Anna, a student right here at Forsyth who passed away just a couple of years ago. And it's such an honor. I had the great honor of meeting her father when he was launching this idea of his daughter, their daughter, beautiful Anna, being remembered because of the kindness she showed and showing other students how to show kindness. And I'm so proud of our schools and of our teams for carrying on this. It is a new tradition in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. It's really mobilizing student teams around kindness. Anna LaForte, a former Forsyth Middle School student, is making a difference with her legacy. here in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. Last month, we've had community a lot tonight, but I just have to share with you about their efforts around food gatherers. They are food gatherers champions, gladiators. They beat everybody in town, let me tell you. And this year, they raised over $63,000 for food gatherers. And if you've been around community, this is a cult. It's not what they do, it's who they are. That's how they behave at community high school. Now, in addition to the $63,000 that they raised, an anonymous donor matched or partnered with that for an additional $50,000. So yeah, isn't that just tremendous? So they topped $113,000 this year in food gatherers. And just so we keep it in our minds, that will pay for more than 340,000 meals for people in need in Washtenaw County. So community unicorns, we are proud of you and the legacy that you have there. Nancy Shore and Jenna Bacalor have been mobilizing. There are partnership folks. Jenna oversees our community division, as you all know, but the community division has been, if you will, brokering our giving endeavors across the district this year. And I want to share, trustees, I know you're already aware, but the giving in this community to our schools, to our students. And I know sometimes folks have a picture in their mind when we say Ann Arbor Public Schools, and yet I want to remind everyone who may not know, 1 in 4 of the students who cross our doors every morning come from a home impacted by poverty. 1 in 10 of our students comes with special needs. 1 in 8 of our students speaks a language other than English at home as their first language. And so we take very seriously this business of caring for our community, and amazingly so, our community has joined in. So if you've not been to a2schools.org holiday giving, get over there now, not just to do your own giving, but also to be inspired by all of the giving that is going on. To date, about 470 students will receive the full continuum of gifts from the magic of Christmas. If you've been around this endeavor, students don't just get one gift, they get a set of gifts, and they're right off of their list of exactly what they asked for. U of M Ross School of Business, thank you, Trustee Johnson, they do a great job. Michigan Power Rotting is showing up tomorrow at Ballas. I'll try to get a photo with them, trustees, if I can slip out. St. Nicholas of Ann Arbor and the Ann Arbor Community Center, and many, many other individual and group donors. It's a total of almost $100,000 of in-kind donations so far, and we are still moving as quickly as we can on this team. In addition, and I know Trustee Basquette helps with the shopping on this, thank you, you've done that for years. The winter clothing and basic needs area is just flourishing. KLA, one of our new partners, they've just moved their corporation to Ann Arbor, and they are partnering with us already, and they gave $2,000 for clothing, for warm clothing, and winter has arrived early this year, trustees, and our students are feeling the hit on that, and they need that. Our individual donors have purchased winter clothing and basic item needs for 10 different school buildings, and they've included students who are experiencing homeless. The items, as you know, they need gloves, mittens, boots, coats, personal care items, and on down the list. Third area, gift cards. To date, almost $700 in gift cards for our students in need. These cards are used to support students who are experiencing homelessness, as well as providing a family meal, and that it was at Slauson Pathways Tappan's Tappan and Forsyth, lots of those families. And then the fourth area, trustees, and this is a tremendous progress, and I know Trustee Gaynor, you'd inquired around a while back about this, and then folks began to come through on it. But donors have also helped to pay down past due lunch accounts on the holiday giving part of our website. To date, donors have pledged almost $11,000 to pay down lunch accounts in this district so that our students are paid up on their lunches. One donor who asked to remain anonymous worked with one of our team members, and she has pledged to zero the account at Scarlett Middle School. The balance on that account was $6,162.43. The donor said quite a while ago, I was the Apple computer representative for K-12. I worked with many schools, including Scarlett, implementing new computers and programs. I saw firsthand how hard the teachers and the administrative team worked and its effect on the kids. If I can be of help to make things a bit easier on Scarlett students, that is thanks enough for me. What a generous community we have. I'm proud to be a member of this village and to care for children and to care for our community. Now, if you've been busy with the holidays and you've not had time to get on there, I know that Mr. Cluley has it up. So you can see here, look at all these donors. It's just amazing. And you can click on any of those links, whatever interest you have in the 4 areas of buying the gifts or buying the gift cards or helping with the lunch accounts or helping with the winter clothing. You can get on there and do it easy. And we invite everybody to be a part of that. And thank you to all of you who have done so. Coming in January, trustees, a new member of the Ann Arbor Public Schools team. I want the folks in the community to meet her. Her name is Star, and here she is. Abbott will be transitioning as a K-9 school. Folks may not be aware, but Abbott has experienced over previous years a significant amount of trauma for students in that school who are experiencing a lot of change and challenge at home. And so Abbott is leading the way to become a K-9 school and have a therapy dog in the school full time. And so we're delighted to introduce Star this evening. She was donated, again, just the giving is amazing. Trustees, that's the theme tonight. Mrs. Cindy Badola, I just want to give her a shout out. And trustees, I will try to get her to a board meeting. I think this is worthy. She is from Superior Bernedoodles, and she donated Star, and then Star's entire training bill. She's been in training, trustees, as you know, for most of a year with a certified trainer to prepare for her duties at Abbott. She has to be fully certificated before she can be in the school. So Star's entire training bill was paid by the PTO thrift shop. And I don't know, it's just such a big deal because I know Miss Linden, I want to give her a shout out because she's driven this project from the beginning, and we thought that corporations would just jump all over it. And we were surprised that we weren't getting response. And so we just do what we always do, is keep asking. And so we made our way to the PTO thrift shop, and their answer was yes. And so they paid her entire training bill, and Miss Linden, that amount was $10,000 for her training bill. So we are exceedingly grateful to the PTO thrift shop, and we'll be shouting out to them about this. Star will be joining the staff after the first of the year when she's fully certified and has tested out as an official therapy dog. If you're not familiar, just Google it. But therapy dogs have been shown by research to have tremendous outcomes for students and for staff in a school. We've received only positive responses so far since the letter went out a few weeks ago. Many districts across Michigan have therapy dogs. And in fact, trustees, some of our comparable districts have a therapy dog in every school. But I want to give a shout out to Principal Sika, who offered to learn all the hard lessons that we need to learn about how best to implement. And I want to give a shout out to Ms. Linden for leading this effort. And trustees, I bet we'll be able to get Star to come by a board meeting before the year's over and just get to meet you all. We understand that Star will be launching her own Twitter, A2 Schools Twitter account. So if you're not following her, I'll be tweeting her out when she launches. So you can just watch my feed and you'll be able to connect with Star and follow her on her Abbott adventures alongside our students and staff. I want to give a special shout out to Governor Gretchen Whitmer, to State Superintendent Dr. Michael Rice, and to Chris Wygant of the MASA, which is the superintendent's organization, for defending the letter and the intent of the Michigan State Constitution. Everybody's busy. There's a lot going on in our country. You may have missed, but Andrew has it up here so you can see. You probably, trustees, recall that in 2016, the legislature approved the spending of public dollars for private and parochial and other non-public schools. And that was in the form of reimbursement for filing reports. So we have been fighting this lawsuit, and I'm just delighted to say that MASA took the lead on it, joined with a number of other partners, ACLU, MEA, AFT, MESA, MASB, MIMSBA, MASB, MSBO, the Business Officers Organization, Middle Cities, Kalamazoo, and many, many more, all joined together. And just the end of last week, we know, and you've probably heard, Governor Gretchen Whitmer and State Superintendent Dr. Rice filed a brief with the Michigan Supreme Court supporting the decision to find that unconstitutional. So we are looking forward to the next steps, and we have confidence that this thing will be put to rest, and those funds, those public funds, will be returned to public entities. So I want to thank you, thank them for going through that effort, and thank you, trustees, for advocating. It is my great excitement Friday evening, trustees, to join at Hill Auditorium, our high school choirs, for Holiday Pops. And you know, each year they perform, and it's such a great opportunity for our choirs to get to perform at one of the country's premier performance facilities at Hill Auditorium. So we'll do that tomorrow evening. Very grateful to our choir teachers, to Robin Bailey, our Director of Arts, who coordinates this, along with the Ann Arbor Symphony Orchestra, who makes it possible. So if you're not able to get over there, I think there are still a few tickets available, but they normally sell out. We'll be tweeting that out as well. So I appreciate the opportunity to share, trustees. I know that the report is lengthy, but that does happen during December, as we have so many things to share. And so with that, thank you for the opportunity to share. Thank you for support in the Ann Arbor Public Schools.